What if the reason you haven't gotten what you want is because you want it too much? Most self-help tells you to desire harder, set bigger goals, believe with more intensity. But what if that very intensity is creating the resistance that keeps your goals away from you? In the early 2000s, a Russian quantum physicist named Vadim Zeland introduced a system that turns conventional manifestation teaching on its head. He called it reality transurfing. It's not about positive thinking. It's not about vision boards or affirmations. It's about understanding the hidden mechanics of how reality responds to consciousness and learning to work with those mechanics instead of against them. The core principle is deceptively simple. Reduce the importance you place on outcomes, and those outcomes become easier to achieve. Today, we're going to explore how this works and why it might change how you approach everything you want in life. Welcome to Consciousness Cartography. Transurfing begins with a radical premise about the nature of reality. Imagine an infinite field. Zeland calls it the space of variations, containing every possible version of reality, every choice you could make, every outcome that could occur, every life you could live. They all exist simultaneously in this field. You are not creating your reality from nothing. You are selecting which variation you experience. Like tuning a radio to different frequencies, you move through the space of variations based on the frequency of your thoughts and emotions. This isn't just philosophy. Zeland grounds this in quantum physics, the idea that observation affects outcome, that multiple states exist simultaneously until one is selected. Whether you take this literally or as a useful metaphor, the practical implications are the same. Every moment you stand at a crossroads with infinite paths extending in all directions. The path you walk depends on where you place your attention and energy. Most people walk unconsciously. They react to circumstances. They follow paths chosen by others. They never realize they're navigating an infinite field of possibilities. Transurfing is about learning to navigate consciously. But there's a problem. Something is influencing which paths you take, and it doesn't have your best interests at heart. Zeland introduces one of his most powerful concepts, pendulums. A pendulum is an energy structure that forms when a group of people begins thinking in the same direction. It could be a political party, a religion, a corporation, a social media trend, a sports team's fan base, any collective that captures human attention and emotional energy. A pendulum is created by the energy of people who think in the same direction. Here's the unsettling part. Pendulums don't care about you. They care about themselves, about growing, about feeding, about surviving, and they feed on your emotional energy. It doesn't matter if the energy is positive or negative, love or hate, passion or outrage. To a pendulum, it's all food. Think about how much energy you give to things you claim to hate, political figures you despise, social trends that infuriate you, every moment of anger, every argument online, every time you engage emotionally, you're feeding the pendulum. You're making it stronger, and it will manipulate situations to provoke more of that energy from you. This explains why outrage spreads faster than calm, why conflict sells, why we feel pulled into debates we don't actually care about. Pendulums are engineering situations to harvest our energy. The only way to escape a pendulum's influence is the one thing it cannot use: indifference. Not suppression, not pretending you don't care while secretly fuming. Genuine indifference, letting the pendulum swing without engaging. When you stop feeding a pendulum, it loses interest in you. It moves on to easier targets, and suddenly you have that energy back for your own purposes. Ask yourself, how much of your mental and emotional energy is going to pendulums that give nothing back? News cycles, social media debates, other people's dramas. What would happen if you simply stopped? Now we arrive at the heart of transurfing, the concept that changes everything: excess potential. The universe, according to Zeland, seeks balance. When something is assigned more importance than it actually warrants, this creates excess potential. an imbalance that attracts balancing forces to correct it. Think about what happens when you desperately need something to work out. A job interview, a first date, a business deal, a creative project. The desperation itself creates resistance. You become tense, you overthink, you radiate neediness. Opportunities that would have come naturally now seem to slip away. The more you chase, the more things recede. This isn't punishment, it's physics. The universe is simply balancing the excess potential you created. Zeland identifies two types of importance. Inner importance, inflating your own significance. I must succeed. I must be seen a certain way. My ego is on the line. This creates pressure that distorts your actions. Outer importance, inflating the significance of external things. This opportunity is once in a lifetime. This person is the only one for me. This outcome is everything. This creates attachment that repels the very thing you want. The solution is radical and counterintuitive. Reduce importance, not reduce desire, not stop caring, but stop placing things on pedestals. Stop treating outcomes as life or death. Stop needing. Want it? Yes. Prefer it? Absolutely. But need it? No. When you truly reduce importance, something strange happens. The balancing forces have nothing to balance. Resistance dissolves. What felt impossible becomes surprisingly easy. This is why people often achieve goals the moment they stop caring about them. Why relationships appear after you've given up searching. Why money flows when you stop obsessing over it. The letting go wasn't magic, it was physics. You stopped creating excess potential. Zeland offers a powerful metaphor. Reality is a mirror, but unlike a normal mirror, this one has a delay. It doesn't reflect your current state immediately. It reflects what you were projecting moments, days, sometimes weeks ago. Most people misunderstand how to use this mirror. They look at their current reality, their reflection, and react emotionally. They see lack and feel frustrated. They see problems and feel anxious. But here's the trap. That emotional reaction becomes the new image being projected at the mirror, which means the reflection will continue showing lack and problems. It's a loop. The key is to change your projection first, then wait for the mirror to catch up. Don't react to current circumstances. Hold a new image steadily, calmly, without desperation. Eventually, the mirror has no choice but to reflect it. This is where the concept of slides comes in. A slide is a mental image of yourself in your desired variation, not a fantasy you escape into, not a desperate visualization hoping it will magically appear. A calm, clear picture of the reality you're selecting, viewed as if it's already real. You don't imagine wanting something. You imagine having it, being it, living it, and you do this without the emotional charge of desperation. Every time you view reality through your slide, briefly, calmly, throughout the day, you're tuning your frequency to that variation. You're changing what you project at the mirror, and in time, the reflection shifts. We arrive at the central paradox of transurfing, and perhaps of consciousness itself. The more you try to control reality, the more it resists you. The more you release control, the more reality cooperates. Zeland distinguishes between inner intention and outer intention. Inner intention is your willpower pushing against the world. I will make this happen. It's limited by your energy, your resources, your force. It meets resistance at every turn. Outer intention is alignment with the larger flow. It's not about forcing doors open. It's about finding the doors that are already opening and walking through them. It's what happens when your heart and mind agree on a direction. You've reduced importance and you're allowing rather than forcing. Outer intention can achieve what inner intention never could, because it's not fighting the universe, it's moving with it. This is not passivity. You still take action, you still show up, you still do the work, but the quality of action changes. Instead of desperate striving, there's relaxed intention. Instead of anxious control, there's steady direction. You become like water, flowing around obstacles rather than crashing against them, finding the path of least resistance while still reaching the destination. Reality. Transurfing is not an easy system. It asks you to do something profoundly difficult. Release importance around the things you care about most, but it offers something in return. A framework for understanding why life so often seems to resist our best efforts, and a practical method for dissolving that resistance. Whether you take Zeland's quantum physics literally or treat this as an elegant metaphor, the practical applications are the same. Pay attention to where you're creating excess potential through desperation. Notice which pendulums you're feeding with your emotional energy. Hold your vision without grasping at it. The space of variations contains the reality you want. You don't need to create it, only to tune to it. And the tuning happens not through force, but through release. That might be the most radical permission we ever learn to give ourselves. If you want to go deeper into transurfing, I'll be exploring specific techniques in future videos. How to actually reduce importance, how to create effective slides, how to recognize when you're feeding pendulums. Subscribe to Consciousness Cartography so you don't miss them. We're mapping the invisible landscape, one idea at a time. I'll see you in the next video.